You guys see any dice? You see any playing cards? You guys see any dominoes? I don't either. You know why? Because this ain't a game. I have a whiteboard now, so you gotta listen to me. Today we're gonna talk about expanding on our rose accord from the last video. Let's jump right in. Okay, so this was our last accord. Now this was for our rose otto. Now, if you did make this, which I hope you did, you'll probably notice that it's very underwhelming. There's nothing all that impressive about it, and we need to build upon it. Now, before I get into it, there's a lot of different types of roses that have totally different types of smells, and they have different type of, I would say, majority nuances. So some would have more of a myrrh scent or an apricot or a peach, something like that. But you can kind of do whatever you want, right? Because you own the material, so just put the shit in as you see fit. I'm going to talk about two things that I did leave out that are classically used in rose accord. So they are, this is like annoying. I got so much shit in my hand, bro. So we're going to use something called, why am I writing in all caps? But I have to finish in all caps. Rhodonol. And let's see if I can do it. All right, that's my, it's a Greek A. Greek A, aka alpha. Alpha ionone. These two suckers. So can you see it? My fucking dumb head in the way. So you have rhodonol and alpha ionone. So these are two major components that were used classically in rose bases. Now, for those of you who already know what they are, good for you. If you don't know, alpha ionone is a major component of the smell of violet. Now, it is a woody, floral, violety smell. It's definitely powdery. It's pretty diffusive. It lasts quite a long time. And then you have rhodonol. So now rhodonol, I'm really not going to get into this, but it's something called an enantiomer of citronella. So it smells very close to citronella. As I said, I'm not going to get into the chemistry thing to explain it. It just smells like citronella and geraniol together. It has a fairly nice amount of diffusion, and I personally think it smells a little bit more refined and a little better than citronella. I just personally don't like citronella, so I'm a little biased. So this is going to add in the longevity and obviously the odor and the diffusion of our perfume, because this is very sad face, sad. So this is longevity and diffusion, LND. I like this. This is fun. Oh, do you guys peep? I use my wife's Skintimate shaving cream. Got the smoothie, boy. I'm looking like a milkshake right now. Next, we're going to talk about a few other facets which we could do. So as I was just talking about before, the honey note. So you have phenol. I'm not going to write that out. Phenol, it's phenol. All right, fuck it, I'll write it. Phenol, acetic. Now, why did I choose to do lowercase this time? Strange. Phenol acetic acid, and then we have another one, which is, so you have phenol acetic acid, phenol acetaldehyde. Now, here's the difference. This is super
diffusive, super honeyed, and strong as shit.
This is not as strong, and it's heavily restricted. Not heavily restricted, but it's pretty down. I think it's like to point. I want to say like 0.1% or something like that is restricted. But who gives a fuck? We're just making chords. Now, this is actually a major, not a major component, but it is a pretty important thing when it comes time for things like hyacinth and lilac. But it goes really nicely in rose. I think anything that says phenol goes pretty good in rose. It has a chance to just show itself in a rose. So, but this is slightly green honeyed, but it's not that green. This is actually a really, really enjoyable smell. I happen to really like phenol acetaldehyde, and I personally think it's more honey than not honey. And it'll couple really nicely with phenol acetic acid. Also, by the way, what I meant to do, just really quick. So rhodonol, obviously these numbers are going to have to change because this equals 100. So I'm going to do this out of 1,000 because I like to think in percents, and that's just how I work. I hope you could follow along. So something like rhodonol, you'd figure maybe about, I don't know, we'll say like 100 to 2. So this is like maybe like 10 to 20%. That might be a little bit too much. Now, alpha ionone, I personally don't like alpha ionone in rose, funny enough, but it does go quite nicely. However, a lot of the times, like the classic bases I had recreated, they use like too fucking much. And it's just like, dude, is this violet or rose? What are we doing? Keeping it rose. So I would say something between maybe, whoa. Oh, thank God. I would say something between maybe 2 maybe 2 and 6%, right? That's not too bad. Don't think this 200%. What am I, fucking Grant Cardone right now? We can continue with our spicy facet of rose, which you'll have very, very classic. The very classic, indestructible cinnamic alcohol. Fuck yeah, dude. Cinnamic alcohol, you can low key go from like, dude, I don't even know. You can like go from like 1% to like fucking 10. Go nuts, bro. I ain't scared. You have that. Our eugenol's already here, and something that could couple nicely with the eugenol, which I also don't like, is guaiac wood. Guaiac wood is another classic. Guaiac wood is gonna help with tenacity because it's pretty solid at room temp. Sometimes it depends. Very thick, thick like my thighs. Guaiac wood, I would do. I don't know, maybe like 1% to 3%, maybe. You know, I should just write 1 to like 10 to 20, 2 to 6, but I'm adding the 0, so it looks like 20 to 60, 10 to 100. I'm in so deep now, I can't go back. This has got to be. I can't believe I'm still holding this fucking thing. This is crazy. What is happening? I have leggings on right now because it's so cold. I can't take this anymore. I have leggings. Okay, now something else we have to talk about is freshening up. How do we go about freshening up our rose? We can add certain things like, I'm not gonna write the whole thing. So citronello acetate. You can also add linalool acetate to keep it funky fresh. Now, other things that'll go quite nicely, which I think is a quite fresh smell, is phenol hexanol, and that can also bing bong with the phenyl acetaldehyde because I think they smell pretty related. Now, this surprisingly, it is quite strong, not super strong, but you can do something between like what would be 0.5%. So like, damn, whatever, 0.5. You could probably even go up to like 50%. Why not? I ain't scared. Same thing, linalool acetate. I feel like this would be about the same. I wouldn't do 5%, but you could take it really high. These are parentheses, by the way, if you didn't know. So all these things can skilled it, bitch. This can do are slightly like fresh. I'm not gonna write anything fresh, livening up type thing, but I think one of the important things is these guys, Captain aldehyde.
So aldehyde, he's angry.
But I would say something between C8, 9, 10, 11 undecylic, not undecanol. Don't ask me why. Just take my word for it. And 12 lauric. Okay? 11 undecylic. Boom. Lauric. Boom. Now, this is also going to tell you about which way you're going in regards to it. So all of these will work with all of this. It'll work with all of this. It'll work with all of this. It'll work with everything. But I think sometimes we have to start thinking about what it is we want to do. So I believe in the last video I talked about adding cis-3-hexanol, right? So you have cis-3-hexanol. Now cis-3-hexanol will connect with C8, connect with phenyl acetaldehyde. It will couple nicely with the citronello, the geraniol, nerol. Very, very good stuff. Everything will start formulating together. If you don't want to go the fresh route, I hate fresh stuff, to be honest. I don't hate fresh stuff. I'm just being a dick. Now, all of these things don't actually have to go together. But remember something about aldehydes, especially aliphatic aldehydes. You have a lot of alcohol. You have citronello, geraniol, nerol, PEA, eugenol, rhodinol. You have a lot of alcohol, cinnamic alcohol. You have a lot of alcohols. Now, aldehydes, they form something called hemiacetols when they're coupled with alcohol. It's just a chemical reaction. Presence of water can reverse it. However, we're not going to get into that either because I don't fucking know how to do that shit. I just know it's a thing, but I don't know how to do it. So the aldehydes, they form something called hemiacetol. So like it just becomes, it's what's called like the softening effect. And a lot of people think that when they are macerating their perfumes that it just gets nicer because that's what it does. It's like, no, there's chemical things that are going on inside. And that's why a lot of times people would mix all the aldehydes together, then all of the alcohols, and then you put it together, and then you kind of like force form acetals. Well, hemiacetals or diethyl acetals. Uh, you wouldn't make a full acetal without an acid catalyst, and there's nothing really, I think, in perfumery that's used. What am I? Why am I talking about this right now? Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so we have all of this stuff. The aldehydes will go quite nicely with all of these things. Everything will start formulating together. All right, let me get rid of this stuff. I rebuke you, you fuck. Cinnamic stuff. Cinnamic and more honeyed type elements. So something pretty cool is called, I'm just going to abbreviate it, phenyl propyl alcohol. That'll go really good with our cinnamic alcohol. This you could use, I would say maybe zero point 0.1 to, you could say 10%. Why not? Oh, 1%, sorry. What? Jesus Christ, I keep doing it. I'm so used to doing things out of 1,000, so I'm all fucked up. Okay, so 0.1 to 1%, that'll be just enough to get you going by. Also, I forgot something super important. This guy, rose acetate. I would just say 5%. Just do it. Just fucking do it. 5%. That'll be quite nice. I think we're looking pretty good here, man. I think we're looking pretty good. You could add other things, obviously, rose oxide. You can add also you could do something like you could do phenyl ethyl salicylate to get a little balsamic. You could do it with Peru balsam. That'll be quite nice. This will also tie in with the, where is it? Guaiac wood. Here you go. I couldn't find it. That'll go really good with the guaiac wood. You can add things like labdanum, of course. You could add things like civet, and then something also really fun called tetrahydropyrimethylquinoline, also known as civitol. Now, the civitol it smells very much like indole, and that will couple with our phenylacetic acid, giving a really, really, really interesting, powerful type smell. And also, this phenylacetic acid, I wouldn't really put it over 2%. I feel like 2% is probably fucking bananas, no? Yeah, I would say something like maybe like zero point 0.1. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm crazy. Dude, stop doing that, you fucking moron. 2%. So addicted to writing like this. This I would do about the same thing, maybe zero point 0.1 to 1%. Civitol, zero point 0.1 to 1%. Remember, it all depends on how crazy you want to get. Um, I mean, if you want to get fucking bananas, go ahead. I forgot one other. Yo, I need water so bad. I did mention earlier that you can have an array of fruits. So I'm just gonna run through it really quickly. Easy stuff you could do obviously is um, strawberry glycidate, strawberry glycidate. Okay, strawberry glycidate. That's that. You could do gamma undecalactone. How do you write the gamma? Is it like this? You got gamma undecalactone, aka, why did I write a 3? C14. That'll go quite nice. You could use things like apratone. You can do things like even cyclomax. That's fucking stupid. Um, Dimethyl benzoyl carbonyl butyrate verdox. You can get fucking bananas, dude. Whatever you want to do. I also left out all the other phenols too. Um, but I would say in regards to fruity things, the alpha ionone will absolutely help. So we can also slap in a little beta ionone. Be really cool. Beta ionone, ethyl cinnamate, all these types of things. Okay, we made it to the fun part. Okay, so I'm just gonna build out the formula like really quickly, and we're just gonna kind of see what we got. We'll figure out something here. We'll do like this. Maybe we'll do 120. This we'll do. I don't know. We'll do 30, 40. Maybe we'll do 10. Rotenol. We'll do another. Maybe I don't know. 40. Fuck it, right? 40. This will do 50. This will do 7, 3, 10, 15, 20, 50, This will be 10. So this definitely doesn't equal 1,000. It's quite low. So this isn't out of 1,000 or 100%. But I think this would be a pretty good starting point, to be honest. I think everything will flow kind of seamlessly. I have to go to work. That's really what I have to do. And I'm over here fucking off. Um, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. See how you could put things together. Now, obviously, all these numbers are just like off the top of the dizome. You feel me? Um, yeah, but for real, I hope you enjoyed. This is my first time using a whiteboard on camera, so I guess I hope it went pretty good. Anyways, adios amigos. Thank you for watching. See you next time.